The woman who bought her adult son a house. Lazy adult children. Hello, y'all. I'm Dianna, Brianne. I don't give advice, suggestions, information, recommendations. I do share with you my perspective on different topics. I hope you like, share, subscribe to all 5 of my channel names. Names of the channels are pinned to the top of the comment section or description box below. You know, I got to thinking about this story, and it's a woman I knew very, very well, and this is many years ago. And she had several children, and 2 of which was a son and a daughter, and they both never seemed to get their acts together. They both never seemed to get their lives together. And both were in their mid to late 30s at the time, the adult children. The mother was probably in her early 60s. And the son was not holding a job. So essentially, he was almost homeless or kind of living around a bit. So the mother was across country, and she decided to go back and buy the son a house in this little small country-like town. Not a very big town. I think it had like 2 little, home-run bars and maybe a little kind of general store. So she buys this older house. It was a small house, not a very big house, but it was kind of dilapidated, but not falling apart. And lo and behold, the son moves in, free rent, didn't help. Wasn't really grateful or anything like that, just moved on in. Well, very quickly, the house began to have problems. And the basement flooded. A pipe broke and the basement flooded. But the son didn't even pay any attention to it flooding until the mother discovered it. Or someone else discovered it, I think, and told the mother and said, hey, your basement's flooded. So she had to go back and she had to figure out how to get it unflooded. But the son, he didn't really care. It wasn't no big deal to him. So the mother did all the work. In the meantime, that one daughter, was kind of what we call a mooch. She'd say, hey, can I borrow $20? And the mother would give her $20. I'll pay you back next week. Of course, the $20 was never seen again, and this happened over and over and over. And the mother was a widow, and she had a nice-sized nest egg in the beginning. But gradually that nest egg began to disappear because, well, she kept helping her adult son and adult daughter in addition to moving around from place to place because, well, she wasn't really contented. So she was always moving and never quite found her satisfaction in any one place. And as soon as she opened up a place, she would close the place again. And so her money began to disappear in a couple different ways. Even though she was very good with money, she was not making good common sense decisions, in my opinion. So anyhow, the son never helped out. He just kind of mooched, and the mother was there working real hard, doing everything, and the son was probably watching TV or reading a book or whatever they did back in those days. And the other daughter was saying, hey, got another $20 you can lend me? And the mother, of course, would open up her wallet and give the daughter the $20. Well, lo and behold, the mother finally sold the house. It was just too much for her. Things were falling apart. I don't remember quite what happened to the son. I think he finally remarried and found a new place to live. Okay, and even though that didn't last, and the daughter continued to mooch. Her life continued to fall apart. And actually, both of her adult children, their lives were falling apart. This mother was trying to rescue them, save them, and motivate them. But nothing she could do would motivate them. And really, they weren't even grateful. They weren't even grateful for all that the mother was doing. The mother thought that rescuing them would solve their problem. But the truth was, the rescuing did not solve their problems because it was really up to these 2 adult, competent children to solve their own problems. And they weren't motivated to do that because, well, they had other people doing the work for them. Why did they have to go work when they could just say, hey, can I borrow $20? Or, hey, can you buy me a house? You hear what I'm saying? So they were never motivated. And eventually those adult children got used to that way of pattern and never built a strong life foundation for themselves. And eventually their lives just fell apart. And the mother, well, she ended up with no money, living on very little money. She could have lived beautifully had she not given away her money or moved it away, so to speak, as well. And she was a wonderful woman, but she gave her money away or she moved it away. And it's important, the older we get, especially over the age of 60, to be very smart with money. And just because someone wants money or wants us to buy them something, we have to learn the word no. We have to learn the word no. We're not doing people any favors by doing their work for them, solving their problems for them. We're not doing them favors when they're capable of solving it themselves. If they're capable of solving it themselves and we're solving it for them, we're making them lazy. And they're going to get used to that. And they're not going to build into their life a career, relationships, or any other good thing. They're just going to mooch. They're going to get used to that. They're going to get comfortable with that. So the mother thought she was doing her adult children a favor in which she wasn't. So no one won in this scenario. A better scenario would have been the mother encouraged them, was there for them, gave them wisdom, inspiration, motivation, and maybe gave them a little bit of advice if they wanted it. That is my telephone. My son is calling me. That's his ringtone. And so the whole thing is that, when we have adult children that are competent, and we constantly bail them out, and we constantly rescue them, and we constantly try to live their life for them and push them in a direction that they're unwilling to do the work to make it go. So we do all the work. When they do get there, because we've carried them, they're not going to succeed for very long because we've carried them all the way there. When they were capable, they don't have the motivation. They don't have the desire. Even once we achieve success, we have to have the desire to hold it. And so even though that mother bought the son a house, he was unwilling to do the work to keep it. And so I believe that our competent adult children, yes, we can be there for them. We can give them a helping hand. Sometimes people do need other people and parents to step in, or parents need adult kids to step in. There are situations like that. But we're talking about where something's a chronic behavior and a choice. By choice, they're choosing to not do the work. They're choosing to let other people do the work for them when they're perfectly capable. Well, I say no to that. Okay, so I wanted to come on here and just talk that story for a few moments about the woman who bought her son a house. From my house to yours, may God bless you. I hope you like, share, subscribe, and I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.